Master craftspeople are rare in the modern world of mass production. That's why Louisiana is honoring a New Orleans Master Blacksmith who heats and hammers metal into functional and beautiful designs. His work can be seen in the historic gates of the Presbytère and Cabildo and as far away as Disney World. I'm taking you to the New Orleans 7th Ward to meet Daryl Reeves and to witness how he's forging Louisiana's past, present, and future.
When I take these things apart, somebody's talking to these people. Been gone from here 200 years or better.
In his New Orleans 7th Ward workshop, Daryl Reeves hammers hot iron, forging a shutter guard. It's a piece you can't buy in your local hardware store. In this world of mass-produced everything, objects aren't made like they used to be, except here. Daryl is a master blacksmith. His skills are self-taught.
That education came out of books. My kids was in school. I take them to the library. I had a particular type of latch or hook to make. I dig up an old blacksmith book up in the library. They're doing their work. I started doing my work. I started educating myself the proper way of doing it. Nobody was doing it right. I started making authentic hardware, and the market just took off.
Daryl's hand-forged metalwork caught the attention of preservationists. That led to commissioned work on high-profile projects, including the Presbytère gates and the iron fence around the Cabildo, both in the New Orleans French Quarter.
When we put the fence together, we're going to beat the spindles out like this. We're going to put this box underneath it, and we're going to pull this shape on top of this.
And a restoration of the Chalmette Cemetery main gate, originally fabricated in 1872. Each piece he restores is a portal to the past, based on centuries-old blacksmithing techniques.
I've seen every form of restoration, because by being in New Orleans, you have African blacksmiths they brought from West Africa. You have the French, Spanish, and German. No matter where you come from, everything looks the same when you look at it. When you tear it apart, it's a different story. Everybody has a different method of putting it together, all depending on where you come from in the world.
On a sweltering summer day, Daryl smelts metal at 2100 degrees, taming the molten iron into intricate shapes and functional pieces. Blacksmithing is a disappearing art form, trade, and craft. Daryl aims to preserve it by teaching the next generation of artisans, including Karina Roca, his apprentice. Karina showed up unannounced at Daryl's workshop after watching a PBS documentary of his blacksmithing skills that piqued her interest and passion for ironworking.
I always secretly wanted to be an iron worker. I lived in New York City for a long time and I did urban farming, so just like expanding my intimacy with the built environment, what does that mean to preserve ancestral ways of being and becoming? And so long story short, 2020 happens. I'm in Brooklyn, New York. I make a crazy decision to move to New Orleans a month before COVID.
Together, the duo forged one of the workshop's most visible projects to date, a weather vane with a functioning lightning rod atop Walt Disney World's new attraction, Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
They wanted me to design this thing myself. They wanted my style. That's a very huge honor.
They adorned the weather vane with Adinkra symbols, a visual language that originated in West Africa.
The top piece is a fern. It's endurance. It's basically strength. You don't give up. The symbol underneath that is Mother Earth. You take care of Mother Earth will take care of you. The bottom one is one of my favorite. They call it Sankofa. This symbol means family, ancestry, respect, and learn from your family that came before you.
The meanings are just lovely, and just the level of intention that Disney had with curating this space of really like seeking out folks from New Orleans to really bring the culture to that built environment was really a nice thing to see. And to be a part of. Yeah, it was awesome.
On the day we visited, Daryl was working with his team to restore a fence post. Each pointed tip is precisely hand-forged and cast as it originally was crafted centuries ago, giving new life and new stories to old things.
Half of these pieces we take apart, we'll never know the names of the folks that put them together. But for what we are putting into the world, 150, 200 years from now, when they take that apart and they see that DAR, they're gonna know exactly whose hands crafted it. So to be a part of adding on to this storytelling, to this endless loop of this intergenerational knowledge it's really a blessing.
Daryl's passion and purpose as a blacksmith earned him the distinction as a 2024 Louisiana Tradition Bearer. He's one of 6 statewide, honored by the Louisiana Folklife Commission and the Louisiana Folklife Society. At 74 years old, this third-generation blacksmith is crafting a legacy that lives on in buildings and beautiful things that tell Louisiana's multicultural story.
Everybody wants to be remembered. And if I could be remembered for my trade, I like that. I take that as a big honor.